Wow, this is Stanberry. Welcome to today's lesson. Today we shall be looking at yet another interesting topic titled Converting Decimals to Fractions. Well, this is a very important skill and it's always cutting across so many other topics, so many other branches in mathematics. In case you don't know what decimals are, decimal numbers are numbers with a decimal with a point. Like we have 2.5, that's a decimal number. 1, 2, 3 is not a decimal number, it's a whole number. But when you have a point in between the digits, we call it a decimal number. Well, the decimal number here is actually 2 and 3, while 1 is a whole number, of course. So in this case, 3.45 has 2 decimal places. 3.1234 has 4 decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 decimal numbers there. 2.62 has 2 decimal places. 2.4 has only 1 decimal place. So it is believed that all the whole numbers before the decimal points are over 1. For instance, if I have 1.2, like we said before, this is over 1, while this one is over 10. If I have 1.23, it's believed that this is C over 1, this is over 10, while this one is increasing by 0 over 100. If I have 1.234, of course, here will be over 1, here is over 10, here is over 100, here will be over 1000. You see, the same thing if I have 1.2345, the 5 will be over 10,000. It is important to know the denominators of decimals because it will help us in converting them to fractions. So let's convert some of these decimals to fractions. Let's convert 0.2, for instance, to fraction. The denominator is over 1, and the plus 2 over 10 is over 10. If you put everything together, you have 0 plus 2 is 2. That's 2 over 10. And that will give us 2 over 10 is 1 over 5. In case you don't know how to reduce fraction to their lowest term, there's a video at the link description below. Check it, it will teach you how to reduce fraction to their lowest term. We also have a video on converting fractions to decimal. Also check in the link in the description below. So let's convert it. So my own quick way of going about is that if I have 0.5 and I'm asked to convert to fraction, I just identify the denominator first, then ignore the decimal point. So it becomes 0.5 over 10. I take the highest denominator, then of course I see it as 5 over 10. Then reducing it to its lowest term, 5 over 10 will give you 1 over 2. You see, that's a quick way of going about it. Let's hit another one. Let's say we have 1.2. Convert it to fraction. This is over 1, this is over 10. So it will become 12 over 10. See, of course, 12 over 10. And 12 over 10, we are using 2. 2 going to 12 will give you 6. 2 going to 10, you have 5. This can be expressed in mixed form, which is one whole number, 1 over 5. 5 can go into 6 ones, remainder 1, all over 5. The 1 up here is the number of is the remainder. By this big one here is the number of times 5 can go into 6. Okay, let's have almost the last one here because the video is becoming lengthy. Let's have 1.25, for instance. If I have to convert it to decimal, this is over 1. This is over 1 point. This is over 10. This is over 100. So I ignore the decimal point. I have it as 125 all over 100. Then you reduce it to its lowest term. Okay, so I don't need to waste time on that. I've already told you what to do. So if I have 0.45, it's just going to be the same thing as 45. That's 0.5 all over. The highest denominator is 100, which is the same thing as 45 all over 100. Then you reduce it to its lowest term. If I have another one again, if I have 1.25, this will be the same thing as 125 all over 100. I think we've done that before. If I have, let's say if I have 2.5, 2.5 is going to be the same thing as 25 over 10. Then you reduce it to its lowest time. Okay, what if I have 0.25? 0.25 is going to be 25 all over 100. Remember, I am picking the denominator. Denominator is the value of the highest decimal. The decimal that has the highest denominator is the one we are going to take. So we first of all identify the denominators of the decimals. For instance, if I have 0.25, identify the denominators first. When you've done that, then you ignore the decimal point, put all the digits on top together, it gives you 0.25. And you pick the highest denominator, which is 100. Then you ignore the 0. If the 0 is in front, it gives you 25 over 100. So that's the brain behind it. Thank you for your time and patience. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell as well. You can check some of the links in the description below. They could be very useful. Thank you for your time. And this is Tambari. I am out.